supercharger. Well, this is his wife's car. They just put this car together and debuted it a couple of months ago. Right inside Kyle Buckley, he went home and actually swapped engines. He went home, found that he had some smoke out of the car yesterday, so he went on and swapped complete drive lines in this hot rod. That's the 6-shift Mustang on the right-hand side. You're looking for something in the 560, 570 range. Royce moves around and is running a lot of tires there. 570
The next one will be 59. Yes, sir, 59. Mason and Brian Series come up next. Series driving the Mopar on the left-hand side, the 1320 edition. Joel Mason driving the 67 442 Old Cutlass. He can beat it on Bethany's with us with this hot rod. He said he got lots of top-down time when he was driving over 2,000 miles up and down the California coast as well as in the valley in Arizona. 5 to 28 miles an hour, 87 miles an hour on the left-hand side for steering drive. I think it's burnout's underway. And as you can hear, ladies and gentlemen, one of these things is not like the other. As the main bus of half dozen Challenger comes up on the right-hand side. That is John McIntyre. That's the... Nope, I'm mixing it up. John McIntyre is driving the Chevrolet pickup truck. I don't know why I was trying to manifest John McIntyre driving the Mopar, because that is not him. The Mopar is Jimmy Dean Jr. So we have Jimmy Dean Jr. and we have Jimmy Dale. Make sure you do not confuse those two. Jimmy Dale is driving the Mopar. He's driving the 16-bit Challenger. We just went 844 to 86 miles an hour, 878 at 79 miles an hour for the big honking pickup truck left side. On the way down the racetrack to 663 757 at 95 miles an hour. The 78 Corvette on the right-hand side will go 884 and 82 miles an hour. Adam Green driving the 228 Camaro. We'll see it on the left-hand side of the racetrack while the big car and Green will motor all the way through to go 758 at 90 miles an hour. The truck goes 754 at 80 miles an hour, lifting out of it early. Once again, folks, if you cannot hear the PA system, you would want to tune to 90.7 on your FM frequency, 90.7. on your FM frequency. We will also be sending out text messages, just as we have the last couple of days, on when we call different groups. Here comes our next pair of cars. This includes Chevrolet Nova and the Stealth Buick Bomber over on the right-hand side. Goes 985 at 71 miles an hour. On the opposite side, the two-tone 6817 Nova of Greg Fowler going 8 flat at 87 miles an hour. That'll bring up one of our many F-150 pickup trucks. The Coyotes are really making these things where they're very desirable because instead of having a Mustang, for example, you can multi-use them, so we see a lot more of them, especially with power boosters added in. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, another pickup truck, it's Sean and Kelly driving the 37 Ford. The Fire 13 hot rod. And the early model will beat the low model, 799, 85 miles an hour, 835, also at 85 miles an hour for the Coyote-powered F-150. On the 912 at 75 miles an hour. The Mustang following 1177 at 60 miles an hour. A couple of pickup trucks, the 55 Chevy and the 2003 model Lightning will come up next. Well, Amanda Hyman looks like she might have had some issues. .1005 at 51 miles an hour for the father and son 55 Chevy on the right-hand side. Samantha Hyde is getting her shot in the multi-blower supercharged lighting. You hear the blower alarm as she's going down the racetrack. And she will get that at 95, 82 miles an hour. All right. our current group that is in the lanes, like these are 5 minutes before we close the lanes. These are 5 minutes before we close the lanes. If you aren't on the lanes, you need to be there. Two groups, Sears and Dodge. We will close the lanes in 5 minutes. Two groups, we will close the lanes in 5 minutes. Here comes an aircraft, the Buick Roadmaster station wagon, and the Ford Falcon. The Falcon on the left-hand side, I believe, but actually I had the wrong page up because I thought it was one person, then I had to move again. Hey, Allison, you know that she's driving a 66 Chicago 17 93 miles an hour, and at 13 at 81 for the Buick. Looks like they had some trouble off the starting line and may not have gotten it quite up to full power potential. We'll bring up the 55 Chevy and the 1970 model Monte Carlo next. Washington, bringing up the Keystone 55 Bel Air. That's the highest trim level. If you want something to talk about at your next party, there were 3 levels of 55 to 57 Chevy. The 150 is base model, the 210 was the middle, Bel Air was the top, and it was usually the trim that they included. The 1970 Monte Carlo, the first year for the Monte Carlo, in case again you want a nice flavor for your next party, feel free to use it. The self-black bomber over on the opposite side of the Monte Carlo. There's a big block. You think you're supposed to be 4 in those cars. 954 at 80 miles an hour. On the opposite side, 779. It's at 75 miles an hour. It looks like the 55 Chevy might have gotten out of the gas early. Next man doing the burnout. That's Tom Bailey, ladies and gentlemen, doing the big burnout across the sideline. Make sure you put your hands together. Tell Tom Bailey, the main man at Kick the Magazine, you'll appreciate him doing the big burnout at Talladega. Some of you have never seen this car before. This is Tom's 1969 Coyote Twin Turbo Talladega. He has never done a drag and drive with it, but he said, you know what, we're going through the Smoky Mountains and everything. This is an optimum place to take this car, especially when you consider the fact it's got a 6-speed in the tunnel. Will run opposite Tom. Tom's still trying to figure out the hook on that thing. 841 limited to speed 95 miles an hour. We tried to chase down the pickup truck 877 at 80 miles an hour. What I did. Wayne driving the Big Rock 70 Impala wagon. Tim Gobang driving the Dodge Dart Slinger on the left side of the racetrack. We made an 80 miles after Tim Gobang, 860 at 84 miles an hour. 67 Impala wagon way on. Got a good check that right on. It's got the red tinted windows and lots of cool 60s and 70s speed parts on it. He has tried to keep it period correct. He did 666 with us last year, and he came back with a big block and played something 327 small blocks that he did with it last year. That'll bring up the clean 1970 model Chevy Chevelle next on the right-hand side, and the 68 model Mercury Cougar on the opposite side of the racetrack. Again, it is really cool to see the variety that we get out here. Michael and Andrew driving the 68 Mercury, and this is an XR7, which is the highest trim level you could get. It's got the period track crankers and everything on it, pretty cool looking, versus the kind of pro-touring look on the 1970 model Chevelle on the opposite side. That's Derek Splitter's 1970 Chevelle. Derek gets off the mark first. And look at the 89 miles an hour. Jano Spring is 68 miles an hour for the Mercury Cougar. By the way, in case you're curious between the difference between the Mercury Cougar and the Ford Mustang, the Mercury is considered an upscale, means it has wood grain in it. That'll bring up the Ford Ranchero and the Chevy Nova. The Ranchero left-hand side. This is a Plan B car, because originally, Dallas Moss was supposed to bring a 2007 model Ford Mustang. He said he had some problems with it, so the 71 Ranchero, the car truck mix, got pushed into use. He'll line up with the turbocharged 69 model Nova on the opposite side. Let's call him Hans Nova. 95 miles an hour to go 807. That thing has a lot of untapped potential. Probably just can't get the transbrake to work well with him in 2090. 970 to 73 miles an hour on the opposite side. Outside to go 339, 81 miles an hour. Now we're driving the 66 Mustang with the period track bug-out wheels on it, 825, at 82 miles an hour through a 4-eye hot rod. By the way, the 86 was the last year of the 4-eye, then they went to what most people refer to as the arrow nose on the Fox Mustang from 87 to 93 before they changed body design. You just heard me mention Gleason. Now this is Amy Gleason Smith. He is driving the rounded body F10 pickup truck. Yeah, families like to do this stuff together. Sometimes you'll see father and son jump in the same car. Sometimes you'll see families bring multiple cars. Like the Reimer family normally brings about 3 cars from their family, and they have adopted children, according to Dean Nicole. That's what she tells us. Gleason Smith will line up with the full-size pickup truck. She has the small half-size pickup truck. This is on the right-hand side. 96 miles an hour, 898 at 89 miles an hour for Amy Gleason Smith. Williams in the category, 22 to 88 miles an hour, 797 to 86 miles an hour on the right-hand side of the racetrack. So to bring up Doris Laws and Alex Brody. The Brody family We have seen them on every year of the stick event, starting with Texas. They came from the West Coast. Apparently, they had to drive over 1,100 miles to get to our starting point, from what I was told. Garth Lawrence is driving the Oldsmobile station wagon. Now, Garth has a very, very quick, I want to say it's a low 5-second, high 4-second Oldsmobile F85. So him and his family have done a couple of events with us, and they prefer to bring the station wagon. The wagon is right on the cusp of roll bar territory. Normally, you'll see his white celebrate when it runs like 735, 736. That's what they're aiming for. Garth makes the move first. And Brody's going through the finish line, and I did not get any key on in 10-11 at 72 miles an hour. Want to bring up a couple of AMC fanatics. Danny Grubaugh, who is driving the Dodge Ute. Yeah, this is a converted Charger. We will line up against the AMC Hornet Sportback, which I'm sure Danny is secretly pining for on the right-hand side of the racetrack. John Levinman is driving and he's looking at first 827 at 82 miles an hour. Danny Grubaugh goes 908 at 77 miles an hour with everything but the picture, everything including the picture street. Yeah, he actually, I use the expression, he brings everything but the picture street. Danny apparently took that as a challenge, went to a yard sale on the route during 66 and bought a 50-cent kitchen sink and strapped it to the roof of his truck. Up the 68 Mustang and the 66 Nova. John Harmon driving the 68 model Mustang. 827 at 91 miles an hour for the Mustang. 733 at 93 miles an hour for the 1966 Chevy 2 on the right-hand side. Folks, while we are continuing to run through our deed route, if you would like something good to eat or drink, the power site, the surface screen is there because it is moving around the left side of the racetrack. Basically, it's just to walk your way over to this side is where all of our cars that have completed close to 300 miles already between now the third racetrack. So all of these vehicles that you see have to be driven